The following program was provided by an independent producer solely responsible for its content. The opinions expressed do not necessarily represent the views of this station, its staff, board of directors, or underwriters.
Welcome to Gate City Chronicles. I'm Kevin Avard, your host, and I'm glad to introduce my guest who's been on before, Mr. Lewis from Tiger's Den. Right? Sensei Lewis? Should I call you Sensei?
Yes, Sensei Lewis.
Welcome back to the show.
Thank
I
you.
actually
Thanks for
visited your workout place up on, or the den up on
Top of Main Street.
Top of Main Street, but
23B Main Street.
you're not there anymore.
No, unfortunately we had to get up out of there and move. Code enforcement issues.
Well,
Keeping the legacy going on.
it was nice to see you at the bank the other day, and so I'm glad that you're coming back on the show, and I'm glad you're still doing this. This
Thanks
is great.
for having me.
So where did you relocate?
Okay, we're down on 9 Silver Drive, which is off of Daniel Webster Highway.
Mm-hmm.
You have Bernie and Phil's off of Exit 1, Spitbrook Road.
Yeah.
And you have the McDonald's, that set of lights right there.
Yeah.
You have Guitar Etc. across the street in the plaza. Take that right Silver Drive, go up past the police gazebo, speed bump, and we're in the corporate building off to the left-hand side.
So that's pretty easy. Just take exit 1, take a right,
And you're there.
Pretty much, right?
Absolutely.
And is it about the same size location?
No. I had 3,500 square feet where I was. So what I'm using now is called the Great Room. It's where the corporate office is for the tenants that live up in that facility. It's called Pheasant Run. We teach in one of the function places there. I have access to the pools and the workout room. And
Now, at the other place, you had a boxing ring. I take it you don't have a boxing ring anymore.
no, so I go elsewhere.
Yeah, but you do teach boxing.
We teach boxing. We teach jiu-jitsu. And the style is a Chinese Kempo.
Now, you said off camera that it's a soft style?
It's a soft style like Kung Fu, flowing movement, but it's also a hard style. And you can never stop learning. You're always advancing with this. That's what I love about it. And it's a pretty style.
And you've been doing this for a long time, haven't you? 35 years?
Longer than that.
Is that right? Okay.
And I'll keep going.
Yeah. So it's obviously your passion.
Yes, to teach. They say one who teaches learns it twice, and I specialize in working with the kids, specialize in weaponry. And today what I like to really stress, more so than anything else in today's society is, someone grabs you.
What are you going to do?
And what are you going to do?
And we were talking a little bit off camera about just being aware of your surroundings, especially nowadays more than ever. Everybody's all tense and worried. People are up in arms and thinking that is there a terrorist here? Or is there a mob here? What's going on in our society? You want to at least know how to get out of a situation.
Absolutely.
Right? Not necessarily become a sensei. That might be one of your goals, or a master, but learning how to protect you and your family in a situation, in a crisis, at a moment, just having an understanding of how to get out of a situation could save your life.
And we do have the right to bear arms. It's nice to know that you can go out and know that. And you want to be self-conscious. You never know when something's ever going to happen. So you want to be aware of your surroundings. Don't ever think that it can never happen to you. I was just reading an article today, a gentleman, his father was always getting on him about carrying a gun with him. But he said that he would be able to protect his family if he ever needed to. Not that he ever wanted to use it.
Right.
And it came to a time where he had to use it to protect his family, his kids, in a barber shop. They were getting robbed, and he ended up shooting someone. But we don't want to resort to guns.
Right.
I
mean, they're there, and you might need it because the other person might have something, or But sometimes you're not even going to be that quick enough to reach for a gun. You'll need to know how to get out of a chokehold.
You need to use this first. I mean, if you were 10 feet away from me, pointing a gun at me, demanding whatever, I'm going to give you whatever you want. But if we're this close,
It's a different story.
it's a different story.
But I promise you, I'm
Especially
never
if I know
going to do
you're
that.
going to kill me, you know. I want to live to tell about it the next day, you know. So.
Don't be a hero, right?
No, don't try to be a hero. Use this first. Use your mind first. That's the strongest muscle we have, you know.
Now, you're teaching kids disciplines. In the disciplines, why do they want to learn how to use a weapon? You know, because you teach weapons as well.
Yes, we let them get to a certain rank first.
Mm-hmm.
We want them to learn the discipline of the art as far as hands and feet,
Mm-hmm.
self-control, the balance in everything that anyone does in life, you know, through respect,
Mm-hmm.
you know, and much more you can get out of that. Once they develop that and they're consistent and they're committed, and you know, we feel it's like a driver's license. You know, you have to wait till you're 16, and that's a responsibility.
Right.
That weapon is not a toy. It's something that can kill or take a life and hurt somebody. So we want to make sure they're ready for that. So we wait until they're into the intermediate rank
Mm-hmm.
or advanced rank to teach them a weapon.
Now, do you teach women's groups as well? I mean, there are a lot of times where you're seeing.
If I can get them to come in. No one wants to work out anymore today. I don't know. Everyone wants to look good.
They're all going to Planet Fitness and
That's the
best,
key word,
best fitness.
fitness.
Yeah.
And that's what's at the end of my brochures, you know, martial arts and fitness. They all want to look good, but you know, you got to put the work in. So we want to teach you how to protect yourself, self-defense, and you can look good at the same time.
There you go.
And you can't go wrong. You know, I'm willing to do free seminars to get the people to come in. You know, I don't know if it's my appealing to them or I have to change my marketing
You're doing
strategies.
fine. You're doing fine. You've been
what
doing this
have you.
for over what, 40 years or 35?
Yeah, 40 years now. I celebrated my 5th year September 11th, but when the torch was handed down to me from the old school, it was 34 years. So 39, 40 years
Yes.
we've been doing this.
You must be doing something right.
I hope so. And it's keeping me looking good and looking fit, and I feel good.
Yeah. So now, do you have certain times for certain classes for the kids?
Yeah, unfortunately, I went from being pretty much full-time at it to like 3 days a week now, which is Mondays and Wednesdays for the kids from 6 to 7, 1 hour class. And then for the adults, it's an hour and a half class from 7 to 8:30. And then Thursdays are from 7 to 8:30, just for the adults.
An hour and a half?
Hour and a half class, yeah. We get our fortitude from our exercising.
Right.
You know, the abdominal muscles are one of the very important muscles to develop. So I do a lot of ab work, push-ups, the calisthenics that we used to do in school,
Right, I
in
remember.
phys ed and stuff. I don't know what they're doing today, you know, with these kids.
Maybe you should be teaching at the schools if they let you.
If they don't pay me enough. But I really do try to stress that. That's one of my 2 key points here. No one wants to work out. I look at our kids today. You know, they can't do push-ups. They don't want to do sit-ups. They're in the house playing the games all the time or whatever, you know. They need that other
This is a
structure.
good distraction from that. Right?
Yes, they need to get out and learn about carrying and pulling their own weight.
Yeah.
You know, because it's going to, and the choices that they make today is going to reflect on them later on in life.
Exactly.
It really is. If you want to be EMT or fireman, police officer, or a lifeguard, well, how can you save somebody if you can't even carry your own weight, you know, or pull your own weight? That's what those jobs require sometimes. You may have to help somebody else. And if you don't have your health about yourself, you can't help anybody else.
And it's good to be diverse in your activities as well. I mean, obviously you can do your Planet Fitness or your Best Fitness, pushing the weights, but you know, adding things, diversifying your workout. Tracy and I, from time to time, we do the Bikram yoga, and that's working out in 105 degrees, and you're melting away. But there's no impact, and you're holding certain positions. Well, sit in in a certain position and just hold yourself there for a few seconds. You're building your core muscles.
Those isometric exercises are great.
And they add to the
They're
portfolio.
isolated,
Yeah.
and you're working strictly on particular body parts there. You know, whatever you're looking for.
Yeah.
I show an exercise to females because they're looking to tighten up the flap underneath their arms. So all you have to do is just put your arms straight out that tenses up that tricep muscle. If you get it hanging there, it's going to be loose. But if you tighten it up, plus it helps you with your balance with the other part of that exercise, because they like to lose the buttocks, the waist area, the hip flexors, the stomach, and tighten that all up. And I have a particular exercise which requires a little bit of balance, but it takes you 5 minutes out of the day, and it's very effective. So you don't have to get out there and push the weight, beat on your body. Our legs are the strongest things on us, and that's one of the biggest muscles to develop. But we're on our feet all the time, you figure.
Right.
And things, but
and you were telling me, I remember you saying you can squat 300 pounds.
Not anymore. I don't want to at the age of 60. Thank you very much.
Is that right? Wow.
And you know, after
that's
the
a lot
martial
of
arts
weight.
have kept me young. Yes, I was working with power lifters, but you know what? After a while, when you get older, that takes its toll on your joints.
Sure.
So you don't have to be pushing a lot of weight to get strength or to be strong. It's those reps that you're getting in there. You know,
you're
pushing that up 100 times compared to trying to lift up 1,000 pounds once.
Right.
You
Just
know.
Nothing to prove. Just getting those tone muscles so that you can walk up a flight of stairs and not have to be going. Right.
And that's happening with folks out there. You know, I encourage you. If you're not doing anything, even if you get up out of the bed, first thing your feet hit the floor, do some push-ups, do some sit-ups.
And
Calisthenics, do jumping jacks. You know, it doesn't have to be many, 25. It'll take 3 minutes to do just that.
I was, we were at Planet Fitness, Planet Fitness the other day, and I was just talking to an older gentleman, and he said, you know, what you're doing now is going to make all the difference when you're my age, so that you can have a quality life. There are a lot of people that go into the golden years not able to get around. You know, if you're 60 years old and your knees are washed out, or your back is out, or you can't carry yourself up the stairs, maybe sometime in the past you probably could have headed that off just by losing a couple extra pounds, doing some stretches.
Stretching is very important.
But Tiger's Den really is more about a holistic your self-defense.
It's
your
spiritual enlightenment journey. You know, it's in all aspects of life you can get out of it, but you only get out of it what you put into it.
Right.
And you have to work for nothing. If it was easy, everybody'd be doing it. So maybe that's why, I don't know.
Well, yeah, but it's also, I mean, this is something for self-defense.
Self-discipline, self-defense, self-respect, self-control, all the selves you can get out of this.
And you'll get a lot of self-respect as a result of that.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And so you said there's pools available. There's
Yep, I work down there, so I have the keys to pretty much everything down there. So I maintain the 2 pools that are there. There is a weight room facility upstairs and ellipticals. You know, and you want to work on that cardio. You want to, be able to breathe and have that long wind about yourself. So when you're getting those workouts in, you won't have that burnout sensation. That discourages a lot of people.
Right. You don't get the positive endorphins. You're pretty much just beating yourself up, and with very little reward other than being tired.
Yes. I guarantee I will give you and show you results. If you, I mean, whatever your demands or what your needs are, I encourage you to come in and see us.
What's a usual time frame? I mean, when somebody says, you know, okay, I've never done this before. I've always wanted to learn how to defend myself, but I don't want to be, you know, in a crowd of people. I'm a little nervous. Do you do one-on-one?
I can do a private class, absolutely, because people are like that. You know, they don't want anybody to know what they're doing. They're shy. They're reluctant on being around other people. So you got to respect that.
Right.
It's all about respect. It really is.
And again, you see people working out in gyms sometimes, and I'm a people watcher. And people are just worried about themselves, and they don't. You could just sometimes see the way they walk. They're like very self-conscious, and I'm like, oh, just get over it. You know, just be yourself. You're not here to impress anybody.
Stay out of the mirror.
Stay out of the mirror.
If you're working in the mirror to see how you're working for form and, you know, definition, stuff like that. But, I mean, half the time these guys aren't working out. They're in the mirror.
They're in the mirror. Yeah, I have no
think
use.
it's funny.
I stay away from the mirror because of this one ab. You know, Who needs those little ones when you got one big ab, right?
It's never too late. It's never too late, I tell everyone. You know, everyone who never what walks of life, we have to crawl before we walk and walk before we run, and before you know it, you'll be soaring. It all takes time.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
so the classes are Mondays?
Mondays, Wednesdays from 6 to 7 for the kids. It's an hour class. And then from 7 to 8:30, immediately right after for the adults. And then Thursdays nights is pretty much just for my black belts and for the adults, hour-and-a-half class.
So you're teaching black belts, or you're working out with them? Or?
Oh, yeah, I'm teaching black. I have a couple of black belts, and one of them's my instructor. Has been with me forever. And they have a cell phone business downtown here, Bob's Tires.
Okay.
They've been there for a long time, from the old Oval.
Now, what belt are you?
I'm a 4th degree, you know, working on my 5th degree, and you have to put your time in there. And in my particular belt, we have the red in with the black, which the red stands for mastery, martyrhood, and professorship.
Martyrhood?
Die for.
I understood it correctly. So
Yes.
is that the tougher belt? Or?
Well, no, actually, it's just that my Shidoshi decided, well, like 2 weeks before you get your black belt, he will give you a red belt first to let the rest of the school know that you're the next candidate to become a black belt. But that color, that's what that stands for significantly. Those 3 things I just said.
And you can bring somebody, because you're a professor, you can tutor somebody from beginning.
Oh, absolutely. I'm certified. I got my certificates, you know. And I love teaching. It's been a passion. I've been teaching ever since I was a green belt. And that's called giving back now.
Sure.
I'm not being selfish with it at all. And I'm willing to do free seminars, come in for a free class, see if it's something that will meet your needs. You know, of course, you know, it's nice to, you know, be able to make money in the business or what have you, which I'm looking to do. Get the numbers up there.
Sure.
I could use that.
Yeah.
I'll be up for my LLC this April to register with the state for my going on 6 years, yeah. I'm hoping that I can do that.
Well, we're looking forward to it, and I'm glad. I wish you all the best success. If there's time, I don't right now. I'm so busy doing but I have visited your gym, and it's authentic. You had everything. One of the things
Everything
I really loved
but
about
a
the gym.
jacuzzi.
Yeah, I love the punching bags. I like the boxing ring.
Good cardio there.
Yeah.
The heavy bag, you know, everyone thinks you're supposed to go in and hit it hard, but you know, it's not that, because I've seen that bag beat up people. They come in and they're not in shape, and that bag's beating them up.
Oh, big
but
time.
to work your lateral movement, work your combinations, and get your rounds in, get in good shape doing that.
I do like the bag work, because I remember the first time I went out, I actually I almost threw up. Because I thought I was just being a superstar, and then I just...
That's a good workout then.
No, it was a really... But it wasn't more than 3 minutes.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, that's when I first
that's
started.
telling you something.
It did, but then after a while, a good half hour, 45 minutes doing that. Going from bag to bag, and heavy bag, and then we had the circular bag.
And you get the circular bag for the uppercuts, and then you have the double end bag, which comes back at you at different angles.
Yeah, I've never done that.
Eye coordination.
Never did
that's
that
my
one.
favorite bag.
Yeah, but you're having to use your core, and you're getting out a lot of frustration. You know, a lot of time people are.
It's good for that.
There's anxiety, sometimes pushing the heavy weights or throwing the punches, and that gets it out of your system. You know?
People need to get it out of the system. There's a lot of misery, a lot of stress, a lot of anxiety that's out there. Even I went through it at one point. It's great therapy for you.
I get 2 areas of huge stress coming from this exit to the next exit. And I do all the food shopping, and I love my store. But I don't like getting cut off in my aisle. You know, move over.
Yeah, keep to the right. Just
Keep
like
to
if you're
the
driving
right,
in
that's
traffic.
right.
Keep to the right. Stay between the lines.
Be courteous, right? Somebody's going to...
That's the key word, courteous.
When people aren't courteous, the stress level gets right up, and I just try to smile. And when my stress level goes, I start to sing.
Okay, good.
And I smile at the person. But
just humble yourself.
Oh, you
Just
definitely have to humble yourself. But it's because it's their store too. But I was just thinking of hitting the bag, and it definitely is a stress reliever.
It works.
Yeah.
It works.
Tracy,
Absolutely.
my wife loves to run. That's fine. I do 2 miles, and I'm pretty much bored.
I like to get on the bike. I like to get on the bikes.
Yeah. Okay. So, and how do people get in touch with you?
I have an email address. I don't have a website yet. I should get a website.
Yeah.
I need to start marketing a little bit more.
You're too busy
as far as
teaching.
that goes. Yeah, and you know, with work and then with my church, you know, we were on Channel 9 yesterday with the Martin Luther King event, our 34th annual with the OBU. It was a success with the governor and the senator and
Governor Sununu was there?
No, I mean Albert. What's his name? He's from the States, from Concord. I forget his last name, but the chief of police, they were all there.
Okay,
they were
all
all there, and the mayor, of course, Jim Donchis, he was there.
Yeah.
His second term, and I get to work with them all. You know, I get the internet with them all. You know,
Yeah.
and let them know what my needs are. So I got a meeting with the mayor. I got to set up with, as soon as I go down to the office, and he told me, come down, set up an appointment.
Nice. And that's nice that he's open and.
He's a great friend. Never mind, you know, he's our mayor, but he's a great friend, and he does care.
Yep.
You know,
Nobody can say that out of anything about Jim Donchis. He's definitely you feel his empathy for his town, and can be on different sides of the issues, yet still know that he'll treat you with dignity, and that's important. You know, that's really important, especially nowadays in the environment that's going on. So tell me a little bit what about Martin Luther King Day. What did you guys do?
Well, it's like I said, it's our 34th annual. I've been in the music ministry. I'm a professional musician also. I've been with my church for going on 28 years now.
What do you play?
I'm a singing drummer.
Sure.
I'm a drummer. I gotta add that rhythm.
I think I asked on Facebook what that was, right? Okay.
And another God-given gift. It's my passion to do what I do with that in the church. And we do a lot of commitments. And I'm honored and privileged and so proud to be part of such a great event, celebration on behalf of a great man for what he stood for. And if it wasn't for Jim Donchis, we wouldn't even be celebrating it here in this state, because he was the one that says, well, you know what? It's a national holiday. You know what? I'm the mayor. And he was the one that got that started.
Oh, really? I didn't know that.
Yes.
What church you sell?
New Fellowship Baptist Church, 50 Ave Street, down in the Tree Street area, down in the inner city.
Yeah, I know that.
You know, it's right beside the Police Athletic League, and we have a skateboard park across the street. We have a basketball court out there for the kids. After church, they can go out there and, run around a little bit. And
trying to picture in my head where that is. I
it's
know
the old Greek Orthodox Church, which the new church for them is across from the police station. The old domes there. That used to be their old church.
Yeah.
We bought it 15 years or so now. So we own that church.
Okay.
And Dr. Reverend Bertha Perkins is our head pastor. Lovely woman, lover of the deaf. And, great clergy people, the ministers and all the deacons. I'm not just a church goer. I'm pretty much committed and involved with the church, with the food pantry and the church closet. And
Food pantry is on Chestnut Street?
on West Hollow Street. Now, they moved the soup kitchen off of Chestnut Street.
Yeah.
That was a landmark. They were established back in 1977. They're over at the old VFW now behind the post office.
Yeah. But I thought there was another one on Chestnut Street. So that's the one that moved over there?
They moved over, yeah. They knocked that building down.
Oh, I didn't. I should know this.
They took the building right out. I went by it. I'm like, where's the soup kitchen?
Yeah. Yeah, and you'd see them lined up for...
Oh, yeah. I used to be in that line myself back in my day, and Doug Eldridge, which was, he was one of the guys that ran that. He passed away a few years ago, stage 4 cancer. But he would make you feel so at home and welcomed.
Sure.
And that's the way it should be when you come into a place like that. Because you're already down and out, but you know what? You meet so many walks of life, people that are intelligent and, it's amazing, So don't shun anybody, or don't ever judge anybody a book by its cover.
Nope.
Love. We need more love in this world with all the that's out there. And I can preach on that one, for a long time.
I hear you. Well, I'm very grateful that you came on the show.
Well, thanks for having me. I'm glad I ran into you.
And what's the phone number?
Okay, 943-9414, area code 603. I've had that number forever.
Yep.
It's my personal number. It's my business number. I keep it on 24/7.
And it's Tiger's Den Self-Defense School of Martial Arts and Fitness. And there is an email.
We'll work on a website. Yeah, that's my email address. marshalartist181@gmail.com.
Right. Check it out and get yourself fit. And you know, it's important nowadays to just be aware of your surroundings and to have a little confidence that if you're in a tight squeeze, you know, it would be nice to know that you could feel confident to get to safety, possibly by taking a few classes, a few courses. And if that's something that you're interested in or you just want to get fit, try it out. So until next week, thanks for watching Gate City Chronicles. And if you have a story, come on the show. We'd love to talk to you. Until next week, thanks for watching. Thank you for watching Gate City Chronicles. And we want to thank our sponsor, Aardvark Cleaning. They've been a sponsor for quite a few years now, and we appreciate them being a sponsor. And if you want to be a guest on our show, contact accessnashua@gmail.com. We'd love to hear your story. Until next week, thanks for watching.
The preceding program was provided by an independent producer solely responsible for its content. The opinions expressed do not necessarily represent the views of this station, its staff, board of directors, or underwriters.